I am going to go ahead and get started today. Thank you all for joining me. My name is Becky with Scott Leroy Marketing. Today we are going to be doing our command overview. I do want to mention that this is just a very brief overview of the different parts of command. I'm going to be covering a lot of information in a very short amount of time. I will be trying to get done with class a couple minutes early just so that we have time for questions. If you do have questions as we go through this class, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. I will try to answer them as I go through. If I don't get to your question as we are going through, we can definitely circle back at the very end to make sure that I am getting those questions answered for you. Before we fully jump into command, I do want to go over where you can find today's recording after the class is over. I did drop it in the chat as well. It is our YouTube channel. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up really quick just so you can see it. Again, today's class is really a lot of information in a really short amount of time. So if you want to refer back to this class or any of our other classes, you can find those on our YouTube channel. I have dropped that link in the chat. It is just Scott Leroy Marketing on YouTube. When you are looking at our YouTube channel, so we are putting out tip videos all the time. We have classes every day, and we put those recordings on here. The recording will be available within 24 hours is our goal. And so you can always just come to our YouTube channel. And when you are doing that, we do recommend that you use the videos tab. If you are searching for the video, it will sometimes pull up an old video first. I'm going to just show this one. So this one has one from 2 years ago, and a year ago. So you want to make sure you are looking under the videos tab to find the most recent videos. Things within Command are changing all the time, and as well as the services that we offer. And so we just want to make sure that you are looking at the most recent video, since that will help you the most. So yeah, just keep an eye on how long ago that video was as you are searching for it, and you should be set. Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and jump into command. So if you are not familiar with command, we are going to go to agent.kw.com, and that should bring you to a screen like you see here. I can drop that in the chat as well, just to make sure that everyone has it. There we go. So you can go there, and that will bring you to this screen right here. Once you see this screen, you are going to log in with your KW command username and password. A couple of things to note here. Your username is not case sensitive. So if you are missing the capitalization on any of the letters in your username, that will not affect you logging in. However, your password is case sensitive. If you are copying and pasting, you are going to want to make sure that you do not have any spaces in the password. Sometimes copying and pasting can be a little funny with grabbing a space before or after. And if there is a space, then it will say that your password is invalid. You also want to make sure you are grabbing any punctuation that may be on the end of it. So just keep that in mind. If you are not sure what your password is entered in as, you can hit this little eyeball right here, and it will show you what you have entered in. If you have forgotten your password, you can click on this Forgot Password button. It will prompt you to enter your username, and then it will send a recovery code to your recovery email. So just keep that in mind. If this is your first time signing into Command or your first time signing in on a new device, it will send an email verification code over to your recovery email. Generally, that email is not going to be your KW email. It will generally be a personal non-KW email. So those are just a couple things to keep in mind as you are signing in. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And let that, there we go. Once we are in here, your screen should look somewhat similar to mine. So these screens can be semi-customizable. So yours can look a little bit different. In order to customize the homepage, you will just click this button right here that says Customize. And you can select what things are important for you to see on your homepage. So you can say if product updates aren't important to you and maybe profit share is, you can do that. And then you can drag these around. Say you want to have a notepad at the very top and your database help at the top. So we'll do that and we will just click apply and you will see that it will change our layout in here. So that's just a helpful little trick there. As a note, these 4 buttons up at the very top, leads never contacted, recently active, birthdays, and anniversaries, are not customizable. These will always appear on your home screen. So just another thing to keep in mind. So with that, we are going to just kind of go through this. We're going to start up at the top. So first button we have is Command. That is where we are currently. The next one is Connect. Now, Connect is kind of like a resource library. So this is going to be a place that you can come for training, additional resources for classes, or things like that that you may be interested in. For example, a lot of offices run Ignite classes. So you can just come here and you can search for Ignite. And once you do that, you can click on it and pull it up. And you can see we have already bookmarked this, but you can copy the link, bookmark it, or purchase your course materials right here. If you look at it, it has a little bit of the course content and a little bit of an overview for it. And then if you scroll down, you will have the resource videos, participant materials, and then the instructor materials. So just some stuff to keep in mind there. So we will go back over to our learning home. If you scroll down, it'll have your continue learning, and you can just find a bunch of different videos and things in here. Under My Learning, it will show you your bookmarked classes. So anything that you have bookmarked, if you click Continue Learning, it'll show you something that you may be in the middle of, like a video you never finished watching, or things like that. And then Completed Learning is going to be ones you have already finished. So if you're looking to see one of those, you can always just come over here. Now over here under the graduation cap, we have events. And this is a great place to come to find local events in specific areas and that kind of stuff. Currently, we are set to a certain market center, but I can clear that, and it's going to show all of these events. So you can select whatever market center. Generally, the market centers that you are a part of will show here. You can select your event type, the price, the start, the date, formatting, the audience, things like that. And you can also create an event up here. So we're going to go back over here. And next we have Command MC. We are going to skip over Command MC for today. Most likely, most of you do not have Command MC access. That is going to be for Market Center leadership. So if you are not a part of Market Center leadership, you are not going to see that in your command. So we're just going to skip over that. So also in this top banner, we are going to have the marketplace. And if we can navigate to that. So it is going to bring you to the KW Marketplace where you can connect third-party platforms to Command. So Command was initially built to streamline business for agents. They like to say it was built by agents for agents, and that is their mission to try to help eliminate some of the additional costs by putting everything into one place, and also to make all of the platforms have the ability to connect to each other so that nothing is falling through the cracks. So you have the ability to connect some third-party platforms to Command so that they all, kind of talk to each other and communicate with each other. For example, if you want to use Twilio to text your clients, you can use that. There are a ton of other third-party platforms, so you can come here, you can search, and you can connect those directly to your command. Some of those do come with an additional cost, so just keep that in mind. Um, Question, what do we do if we don't see any events show up? Um, it's not as, it might just be that your market center doesn't have any events currently, or none of the market centers in the area have um, an event. You could reach out to your market center leadership and see if they may have some that you're not seeing. But probably if it's not showing, it generally probably just means that there's not any events coming up in the near future. Um, so we're going to navigate back over to command. And when we are here, we are going to see this notification bell. So this is where all of our new notifications coming into command are going to be notifying you. We would recommend putting the command app on your phone so that you get these notifications immediately to your mobile device, especially if it is a new lead or something that you would want to see immediately. Um, Notifications are going to be for a lot of different things. If you have submitted an opportunity, compliance request, all of those things, you'll get notified whether they are approved or denied or whatever. So those are going to be notifying you here as well as incoming leads. You can edit your notification. You can sort them right here by what you are looking for. You can see your red notifications. I believe it is for 90 days, maybe 30 to 90. I don't remember off the top of my head. And so if you have that, then you can also go to the notification settings and it will allow you to pick what notifications you want to see in that notifications menu. Quick question I see in the chat, if you connect to Trulio, how would you know the cost? Anything that you are connecting through the marketplace, it is going to just tell you the cost up front when you are doing that. So if you just go to the marketplace and search for Trulio or whatever you are looking for, it should tell you what the cost is. Alrighty. So we have our name with a drop down right here. I'm going to skip that for like 2 seconds and I'm going to come right back to it. I'm going to move over to this question mark. So this question mark is where you can find some position resource trainings, things like that. So this is a great place to know about. You have guided tours. So if this is your first time in command and you want to do a little bit more of a what does each little thing do, you can go here and it will help you navigate through those sorts of the different features and things like that. You also have Keller Williams University, which is again a great place for learning and things that you may be encountering, questions, stuff like that. Chatting with KW support. So in some situations, you will need to connect directly with KW support. This is just how you do that. You click this little button. You can either communicate through a live message, or if it is after hours, you can leave a message and they will reach back out to you. Lastly, we have post an idea. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. It will bring us to ideas.kw.com. And this is really cool. It kind of goes back to what we were saying about built by agents for agents. Their goal is that if agents have a functionality that they are not seeing, if they have a feature that they would love to see within command, they can request that. So you can either click post an idea right here, or you can just go to ideas.kw.com. You will probably need to sign in with your KW credentials. And you can sort by the different parts. We're going to go just command so you can get a better look at it. It gives you an idea of the different statuses of the ideas in process and a bunch of different ideas that people have already posted. So you can search through here, enter your idea, it will pull up things that may have already been requested. So you can find them, you can vote on them, let them know how important it is to you. The things that have more votes are going to be most likely the first things they're going to look more closely at. So we would recommend voting on the things that look important to you. You can search through here, and if you do not see the idea you have in mind, you can definitely post it through here. So yeah, so the button for posting an idea, if you are in your command dashboard, you're going to click this question mark up in the top right corner, and you're going to click post an idea. And then it'll bring you to that page we were just on. Alrighty, so we are going to, of course, then we also have the little sparkles down here in the bottom right corner. So we're going to click on that, and that is the KW AI. They like to call it Quick. So you can come here and ask questions just about any question, real estate or KW related, and it can give you an answer. You can see your previous history and things like that. So this is a really great tool for you to utilize. So it has some prompts that it can ask, and then you can also just ask anything else that you are wanting to ask. So you can do that through here. And now we are going to move to this name drop-down menu. So this has a lot in it. So under it, we have our name and our account. So if it has another account, it will have if you are on a team, excuse me, if you are on a team, it will show another account right here under other accounts. And if you are not on a team, you probably will not see another account here. But if you are on a team, this is how you can switch between your team and personal profiles. You have your referrals profile. So your referrals profile is, excuse me, sorry, I had to let a couple more people in. So your referrals profile is the profile that feeds over to your referral network, and it allows other KW agents to connect with you, send and receive referrals with you. So this is information that you can update and edit for them to be able to see that and choose you as a referral partner. You would just click this edit profile button right here. So next we have my profile. My profile is mostly an internal profile. A lot of this information does not feed to other outside platforms. However, if you have this button right here set to no, you will not be found on kw.com. So if a client is going to kw.com to find an agent, they can find you if it is turned on, and they will not be able to find you if it is not turned on. So other information here is primarily personal information. So your real estate license. If your real estate license is missing, you will want to reach out to your market center administrator. So if your real estate license that shows right here is either missing or incorrect, you would want to reach out just to your market center leadership so that they can update that for you. If we come over here to the My KW section, it is going to show your information. So it'll have your KW email, your KW start date, your login information. You can update both your username and you can reset your password here. And you can also change your password recovery email if it is not one that you would like to use. Personal information will have addresses and things like that here, profit share information, and it just has a bunch of different things. Down at the bottom, it will show your primary market center, and that's just, the things you have your profit share and your KW monthly fees through. Alrighty. We also have over here your MLS affiliations. So let's see here. I think this one actually shows something. So if it shows administrative staff, you might want to reach out to your market center as well. It should have your, let's see if I can find them. That works, I guess. So if it says you're an agent, it should say that you are an active agent here. So if it does not, you will want to reach out to your market center staff as they can get that updated for you. You will not, as a note, you will not see this many market centers in yours, most likely. It will just show whatever ones you have linked. So if you are not seeing that, you will, it's likely just because you only have one market center. Same with this primary market center button. I know some people have asked questions about this before. The primary market center button will likely only show up if you have more than one market center. So just keep that in mind. If yours looks a little bit different, it does not mean that there's necessarily anything wrong. It could just be the number of market centers you are affiliated with. So just keep that in mind. So we are going to go back to command. Okay. So I just want to get to a place where we're all familiar with where we are. Don't want people getting lost. It can get a little confusing sometimes. So next we have settings. So this is where you can attach different third-party platforms, kind of like through Marketplace. However, these applications that are going to be showing here are either already connected or they are standard connections through command. For example, DocuSign would show in most every single market center, unless your market center does not use DocuSign. Same with Dotloop, except Dotloop you would have to link through your KW Marketplace and then it'll show up in this section here. So if you are not seeing Dotloop, most likely your office is not using that and you do not have to worry about that. You can scroll down, connecting to Facebook for post scheduling and ads and things like that. You can have more than one business account connected. It does have to be a business account. Just keep that in mind. Same for Instagram. It allows for post scheduling and things like that. Again, it needs to be a business account for all of these right through here. Facebook Ads Manager, you will see that it is giving me the red circle with the slash through it. When I click manage, if you want to manage it, you can go over to the paid ad settings. They just moved this to a different spot in command, which is why it's showing like that. Twitter post scheduling. If you are using Twitter, you can connect that there. There are some other ones that you might want to connect, your Google Calendar, so that you can sync interactions with your contacts and show those with Gmail, you can show email interactions with those contacts, and Office 365. Last I heard, Office 365 is still in process. It is not fully released yet. Just keep that in mind. But if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask us or shoot us an email at support@ScottLeroy Marketing. Scrolling down, they are no longer supporting Twitter ads, so you can do a social post instead on Twitter. And if we scroll down, we have our email services. So we have command email. If you click manage, it's going to show you how many emails you have sent this month and what your usage is. It'll tell you your email health status, and you want it to be good. Obviously, if it is low or poor, then that could cause some issues with sending emails in the future. That usually is determined by people marking your emails as spam, things like that. But if you had more questions about that, you could go to this Learn More button right there. Email configuration, you have the sender name if you want to add, sorry, skipped a little ahead of myself there. So each email will come with 5,000 emails. You can click manage your subscription if you think you need more than that. Email configuration. So this will just be your sender name, what appears when you send it, and the reply to email. As a note, we do get questions about this fairly frequently. However, so when you send an email through command, it will come from an email that'll be agent, and then it'll have a small string of numbers. And then I think it's at mail.kw.com or at mailer.kw.com. You cannot change what email it sends from, sorry, because it is sent not through your personal email because they keep that separate. However, you can change the reply to email so that any of the email addresses that you send to, they can reply back, and that just shows what email it will go over to. So just keep that in mind when you are looking at that. You can connect MailChimp through here if you have a MailChimp account. And Twilio, since a lot of people do use it, they have it here, so you can just go straight to the marketplace from there to subscribe for that. So then back on the left-hand side, we're going to look general settings. So you can choose your default account. So you can choose if you have more than one account. You can choose whether you want your personal account or your team account to be the first account that shows up when you log into command. Another place to access your notifications settings is right here. This is just going to be the same page we were looking at earlier. Under your command settings, you have your contacts. So you can see your contact archive, do database management through here. So there's a bunch of different things in here, your opportunity settings, reporting, smart plans, tasks, logs. Next, we have our connect settings, and I'm going to spend just a minute or two in this marketing profile. So this is one of the more important profiles, I would say, just because this is what populates to your external profiles. So this is going to be what shows on your website, and if you are sending emails through command, it will show your branding at the bottom of it. So just keep that in mind. This is where you would want to update it. So any items marked with a red asterisk are required. So you are required to have a photo. We do recommend 360 by 360 as it will show better. But if you do not have a current headshot, you can do a just plain KW logo or things like that. But if you do have a photo you would like to use, you can upload it right here. If you need help resizing your photo, you can certainly send that over to our support team. We would be happy to help. The reason we say 360 by 360 is if it is bigger or anything like that, it could shrink it weird or stretch it out really weird or cut off your head. And that is the whole point of a headshot, is we want to be showing our faces. So you do not want that. So if you want it resized, feel free to send it over to support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we would be happy to help resize it for you so that it will show properly in here. So next we have your team logo. Now this is not a required field. However, we strongly encourage that you have something here. Even if you're not on a team, this logo does pull into certain marketing within Command. And if you do not have a photo here, you may see a broken image in some of your emails. So if you are not on a team, haven't branded yourself as a solo agent, you can add a generic KW logo here. We've also seen agents use a secondary photo, so you have a couple of options. Moving down, you have your details, so first name, last name, and agent license number. It is not required. However, once again, we strongly recommend that because, again, it can cause an error if you are sending email campaigns. So having your agent license number here will definitely help out if you are trying to send email campaigns. You can put your team information here, your job title, a slogan, designations, things like that. Affiliations, you can have military affiliations. So if you are currently active duty, reserves, veteran, spouse, family, even if you are a supporter or a patriot, you can put that there so that it will reflect on your profile. You can put your bio here. You are required to have a bio. So you can put it here. If you need help writing a bio, please feel free to send us an email, support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we would be happy to help write that for you or help upload that for you however you would like. Mobile phone number, office phone number, again, required fields, your email, and your website. Keep in mind, if you are putting in your KW website, there is no www dot on in front of the email. You are required to put the https:// in front of it. However, there is not a www dot because the KW websites do not utilize that. So just keep that in mind because it could throw off the link and make it show up as an invalid link. Market Center brokerage logo. This is just your Market Center information right in here. So you can fill this out. Again, there are required fields in here. So if you don't have that, you can always find your Market Center logo by going to KW Connect, clicking here. So you can find that through there. So your compliance down below. So this is your legal footer. So if you want, if you need to put different text in your footer, add different links to your footer, things like that, you would want to put that here. You would want to check with your Market Center just to make sure there is nothing that they would say you need added to it. But if you do need something added to it, you can put it in here. And then scrolling down, you can put your social media links right here, as well as your Google Analytics ID. If you're putting your social media links in here, you do want to make sure that you are putting the full URL and not just your Facebook tag or Twitter or Instagram handles. So you just want to make sure that you are putting the full link to your profile in there so that it shows up properly. So then once you put all that in, you just want to click that save button. So next we have our global settings over here. So that can be your languages as well as your contacts. And then we have Command MC settings. Again, Command MC is for your market center. You will probably see this here. However, you will not need to use this for any reason. So just keep that in mind. You may see it, but it is not necessarily relevant to your profile. I'm going to circle back to some of these questions at the end, just because I tend to run a little long on the command overview because it is so much information. So I see those questions coming in. Keep them coming in, please. I will circle back to them around the end. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I see them coming in. I just want to make sure I cover all of the information for you. So we're going to come back over to our home page. And we are going to see, next thing we have here is our command training. Again, some additional resources on KW Connect. So that sort of thing. So now we are going to go through the applets in command. So on the left-hand side, you see all these little logos down here. If you are not sure what any of them are, you can hover over them and it will tell you what they each are. You can also click this red and white square up at the top left corner that says KW, and it will pop it out. I know it doesn't look like a button, but it is. So that's super helpful if you are not really sure where you are in command. So the first thing we are going to look at is we are going to look at contacts. So as a note, I am going to be moving fairly quickly through these. Again, questions, please drop them in the chat. However, we do have more in-depth classes on each of these applets here. So if you need a little bit more details or you're not really sure what you're doing with it, feel free to look at our YouTube. Again, I have dropped that link in the chat way up at the beginning. I can drop those again at the end if you need. So just keep that in mind. But we do have in-depth classes on these, so do not worry. We will make sure you get the training that you need. So once we are under our contacts, so this is your database. So you can import contacts. You can import them. There's a template that is generally the best to use. However, command can be a little finicky with importing contacts. So if you have a CSV file, you can also send that over to us. Again, support at Scott Leroy Marketing, and we would be happy to reformat that for command for you, just because it can be a little finicky with how it accepts contacts. So just keep that in mind. You can add contacts individually. So you would want to add their first name. We'll just go with Mickey Mouse. And we can add relationships if you have a spouse, father, mother, things like that. You can add relationships in there so that it can connect the contacts a little bit. You can enter their primary email, primary phone number, whether they are a lead. You can select the lead source through here. You can select from your contacts. If you were connected through someone in your contacts, you can add that here. You can mark them as a lead, things like that. You can add tags. Tags are super helpful when you are searching for contacts. So if you have tags that you would like to use, you can create new tags. Let's see here. Someone says they can't see my screen anymore. Can anyone confirm that they can still see my screen really quickly? Okay, I'm glad somebody can see my screen. You might want to change, Tina, thank you everyone for confirming that. You may want to change your view just to pin the screen share to the top. Um, so hopefully that works. Thank you everyone for confirming that you can still see. You can add more information, so you can click additional contact information if you have other email addresses, phone numbers, street addresses, things like that that you want to add in. If you want to add their social profiles, um, their job, relationships, custom, if you have anything that you would like to add specifically, whether you want to add their favorite sports team, favorite band, things like that. And then you can create the contact. I'm not going to create this contact. I think we probably already have Mickey Mouse in our database. So I am not going to do that right now, but that is how you can create a contact. You can click on these three dots up in the top right corner. You can check for duplicates, export all owned contacts, and export mailing labels. You can search through your client through here. You can search by last name, first name, email, address, or just through everything. Filters. You can filter your contacts by whether they are contacts or leads. And you can filter by tags, so only certain tags show up in here. You can filter by lead source. You can filter by just about anything in here. There are advanced filters as well that you can go through. So there's a bunch of different things you can filter by if you are looking for specific things. If you are looking to change the columns on here, well, let me look at the smart views first. So the smart view is basically just going to be what shows up when you are in that smart view. So for example, we are under the one that says class. So it's going to be how we set it to all of the ones with class demo on it. Now, moving over here, you can select customize columns and you can change how you want the columns to be shown. So say you want to have tags at the very beginning and primary email right before that, you would click apply. Now, if you do want to see this when you come back in, you probably want to click Save Smart View Changes. Otherwise, it will revert it back to how it was. If you want to change your view on the contacts, which I do see a question about making the view larger, you can click here and you can click the little squares instead, and it shows you a little bit bigger on each of them. And you can change it back and forth between the views over there. You can see how many contacts show at a time and things like that. Now, if we are to select on this contact, you are going to see a hidden menu pop up that says actions, and that gives you a bunch of different things. So if you are looking to add bulk tags, for example, I do see a question in there. You can select whatever contacts you are looking to add that tag to, select actions, and then you would just scroll here and say add tags right here. So that is how you would add bulk tags to those contacts. You can also add tags as you are importing contacts. There's a field for that in the import template. So just keep that in mind. So that is where you can do things like sending one-off emails and things like that. Unfortunately, I can't really make the view larger on my screen. I am sorry about that. You're totally fine. My apologies for misunderstanding that. But so that, I think if I zoom in, it'll make it a little distorted. So other than that. So you want to add activities to your contacts. So if you could do that, or you can just click on your contact individually, and it is going to pull you to their screen. It'll show you the contact timeline. You can add a note to it. So you can add an activity, add a note, or add a calendar event. So that will show you different ways. So you can add your notes here. I do set that question in the chat. So you can view it here. It'll show any opportunities you have affiliated with that contact, any smart plans that they are on, the different tasks that may be assigned to them or assigned to you for that contact in the future, and you can see your notes through here, and you can see saved searches through here. You can edit the contacts right here and go in and edit any of that information. You can click these three dots, add them to a smart plan. If you have a team account, you can transfer it over to the team account. It can be a little funky when transferring from team to personal, so we would just recommend only really doing this one way at this point. You can always export your contacts and things like that for teams. So then you can resubscribe them. If they're unsubscribed, you can archive the contacts, things like that through here. You're going to see their neighborhood information. So these are the different neighborhoods that we have them on for their neighborhood nurtures, things like that. Scrolling down, you can see additional contact information and all those kinds of things. So I'm going to switch right back over to contacts real quick. And you can also sort these A to Z through here by just clicking on any of them. As a note, if you are trying to filter the name, either by last name or first name, you want to actually click on the word name, because if you click over here, it's not going to do anything. But if you click on the word, it's going to give you a drop-down menu that gives you different options for how you can sort the class. Or, sorry, not the class, the names. So you can go through there. So we are going to move over to tasks real quick. So the tasks are different things, so you can see if you want to remind yourself, it's basically setting reminders for yourself. And you can link them to your specific contacts that are already in your database, as well as if you have Twilio or things like that connected. And you can just set reminders for yourself, basically, and link them to opportunities or contacts. In here, you can sort your tasks through here. You can sort them by priority, due date. You can also come up here and filter them by past due, due later, no due date. And again, there's a bunch of filters in here as well. So you can filter by priority, the task type, if they are linked to a contact, an opportunity, or if they are unlinked, or what they were created by. So you can do that through here. You can also create a new task up in here, and you can enter the task name. You can decide if you want to link it. Do your task type. You do have to enter your task name first, your description, and you can set all of these things through here. So we are going to, you can also see any of your completed tasks up in here, or any of your archived tasks over here, just so that you are aware of where to find those. So next we are going to go to Smart Plans. So Smart Plans are great. It's kind of an automated, it's kind of like a set and forget type plan type of thing. So you can add different contacts to it. It can automatically send emails. If you have your Twilio linked, it can automatically send texts and things like that. So you can come in here and you can see all of your personal smart plans that you've created up in here. You can see the number of contacts that are on that smart plan, when it was created, the duration, the number of touches that are involved in it. So if it has, for example, on this, a touch would be, we are sending an email to them. So you can just go through here. You can also add a contact to it from here. You can edit it, or you can click on those dots and you can copy it, publish it to library, or delete it. You can create a smart plan up here, and you can just, again, enter the smart plan name first, and then you can create it from there. I'm not going to dive into that too much. We do have a full smart plan class, so if you are interested in that, just let me know, and I can drop a link in the chat if you are looking for that. So we also have the Smart Plans library. If you click on that, you can find featured smart plans. You can find the Keller Williams smart plans, and you can just find top rated, things like that. You can also search up here. Instead of You can change what you are searching by. So I'm just going to search by author name so that I can do that. And that way you can see any of the smart plans that we have published up in here. And so it'll just show you, you can add that smart plan, it'll add it to your library. You can view the steps on there and it'll show you all the different touches. So that's just great. Smart plans are super helpful, super great. Definitely earn the name smart. So we definitely recommend looking at the smart plans. So next we have referrals. And under your referrals, you have your referral network up in here, your referrals overview. So that's going to just tell you how many pending invites you have, pending referrals, referrals you have received and sent. You can track your referrals, things like that. I'm going to go over to my referrals. It'll show you any referrals you have sent or received. And under map, you can see, just going to zoom in randomly somewhere. Let it, well, maybe I zoomed in to a spot where there's not a, there we go. Okay. So it's going to show you agents. So if you have someone looking to move to a certain location, you can find an agent over there if you would like to send a referral. It is automatically going to filter by production. So if you zoom in, it's just going to show you people with the production in that area. Now, if you are looking for yourself on this, just so you know, and you are a newer agent or you don't have any production in the past 12 months, you can still be found. You would just have to switch over to the Market Centers view. And again, I clearly zoomed in the middle of nowhere. There we go. There's the Market Center. So you can zoom in here and you can see all the different agents at that Market Center up in there. You can also switch over to referral pattern if you are looking to see where people are moving from and moving to in case. Just good stuff to keep tabs on so you can find agents in those locations if you would like, and things like that. You can have your referral network. It's going to show you the people in your network. You can track referrals, grow your network, and things like that. Moving down to opportunities. So an opportunity is going to be basically your transaction. So we have, when you click on opportunities, it will show you your different pipelines for your opportunities. So listings, buyers, leases, things like that. It'll show you how many opportunities you have under each, I guess bucket is a good term for it, in that pipeline so that you can see how you're tracking along for those numbers. It'll show your potential income right here, and that is going to be based off of what status they are in the pipeline. So obviously, the further along they get, the more likely they are to close. And so it's going to say you're more likely to get more from these ones over here than you are for cultivate. That's your probable. I'm sorry, I got those switched. That's your probable income. Your potential income is what you could if all of these were to close. The probable is where it pulls more likely from under contract and active. If it is not showing something in under closed and you have already closed something, it is likely just an end of month thing because those will switch over after a month is closed out, after your Market Center has transmitted for the month. So you can see those if you go to all opportunities. You can create an opportunity. You can view all of your opportunities through here. You can search by address or opportunity name. You can filter them, things like that. We are going to move over to campaigns. Under campaigns, you can see a dashboard. It does have some quick posts you can create. You can create paid ads through here, and as well as emails, direct mail, taking a second to load. Okay. And social posts. So you can create those campaigns through here. again, we do have classes on all of these different applets. If I know this is really fast overview. So, but you can create those in here by clicking create campaign. You can see the number of recipients, leads, and amount you've spent in month to date and things like that. Going down to reports, it's going to just show you kind of an overview of what your database is looking like. So you can see if your database is what would be considered healthy. So that is pulled from the percentage of your database with a phone number, email address, an address in their neighborhoods, home anniversaries and birthdays, things like that. So you can see that in here and know what areas you may need to pull more for your contacts. So you can do that through here and it'll show your database activity score as well. You can also look at your reports. So you can see your opportunities report. Again, total opportunities, new opportunities, potential income, and probable income, and then the commissions as well. You can set goals up in here. So you can click goal settings here. You would want to click get started in order to set that goal. You can look at your lead routing, emails, texts, and calls, and those reports up and over there. Under designs, you can import designs, create a design, or you can pick one of the designs you may have already created, and you can click on those and it'll take you over to a place where you can edit them, things like that. Under listings, you can see your market centers, you can see your listings, you can see your market center exclusive listings, and you can see collections, you can search through there. Under websites, you can see your agent site. So this will show you the link for your agent site. If you want to edit your agent site, you can click edit agent site here. It'll pull you here where you have a couple quick things you can add on here. You can add quick content with this short blog post. You can adjust your color themes. If you want to edit more things in depth, you can click expert mode up here, and that will give you a lot more that you can edit. Under settings over here, you can again access your edit your website thing here. It'll show you what your subdomain is. So if you wanted to update that, you can do that here and click Save Changes. You will see your app URL right here. That is not editable because it is linked specifically to you, but you can copy that and share that if you are looking to share your consumer app with a client or family's friend, things like that. You can see more preferences and things you can set. And then forced registration is going to control how many people can view how many properties people can view on your site before they are prompted to register or sign in. So you can say unrestricted and they can view as many properties as they want and they will not be asked to register. They can try to view if you click no property viewing, they can try to search. They can search, but they will not be able to view the properties closely without registering. You can change those settings in here. Once you do that, you will want to click Save Changes. There is a button to deactivate your site right here. Please do not click deactivate your site unless you are absolutely 1000% certain, because once you do that, you will not be able to retrieve that information that's on your site. So just be very, very careful about deactivating your site. Yeah, so that is all for this. I'm gonna do some questions now. I'm gonna stop recording and go for some questions. If you are not sticking around for questions, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all joining me today, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.